I've been going on a profound healing journey and spiritual journey over the past 6 or 8 months. And in that time, I received a lot of downloads and visions and information as I was journaling. I got a lot of stories that I could see in my head, that stories I was being told. And I wrote them all down, and I am being called to share them with everybody in case it helps other people. The first one I'd like to share is a fantastic visualization that is not only about grounding yourself. If you sort of don't even understand how to ground yourself or what that feeling is, this is a really easy way to do that. And it also illustrates abundance, love, and joy, which is kind of what I'm all about. So I did find this visualization really did resonate with me very heavily. And it is such an easy way to tap into the spirit of love, the spirit of abundance, and the spirit of joy, even if you're not feeling it yourself. And you can sort of understand a little bit about how things manifest without all the complex rules and structures around write it down, let it go, script things out, don't focus on it. I mean, there are just so many conflicting ideas. So this visual hopefully will help you get into the spirit of all of these energies in quite an easy way, and yet it is very profound. I found this very moving, and it just fills me with great joy. I really hope I can convey that to you with the right energy. My intent is that I do. My intent is that my voice and my hands help bring about the sense of this energy. So I like to call this one be the tree. So I want you to imagine that you're the kind of tree that you see in storybooks, the kind of tree that children climb the branches of, that there are birds' nests up high in, that maybe fruit or flowers bloom on it, or acorns. It's a sturdy tree. It's just a beautiful picturesque picture book tree. Well, you are that tree. So what I want you to do is think about this tree in your mind's eye, and at the same time visualize the roots of this tree, which are already really sturdy and embedded. Just feel the roots in the ground. They go in every direction, and they're a big sort of network, and there's a lot of air in between the roots, a lot of space for growth. They're not tightly bound roots that are all clenched. This is a big expansive network of roots holding you firm in the ground. And what I want you to do is imagine those roots from your own legs and toes. Just imagine that going deep into the earth, really like almost to the center of the earth, to the point where the roots of your tree can feel the warmth of the earth's molten magma core warming your toes, warming your ankles and feet. And that's the roots of your tree. They go that far down into the earth, where the earth itself is warming you up with the fire from underneath. And it rises up in you in a very strong but calm kind of way. It's a very steady, warm fire that it's a glow, and the glow really just fills you up. And you can really feel the roots of your tree just dug in there. There's nothing that's going to move you. And you feel this energy come all the way up to the trunk of the tree, and just feel yourself positioned in the ground and feel how sturdy and stable you are, and the warmth of the earth that is just coming up to nourish you. Now, you don't have to do anything to earn this beautiful warmth that the earth wants to give you. You are just being a tree, and it's all coming to you. The warmth is just flowing upwards naturally, and you just enjoy it. If you notice it, you give gratitude for it, and and you open yourself up to more of it because your roots start expanding. Go, oh, I like that, that's lovely. The roots will start growing and expanding, and you get more of the good stuff just by noticing and appreciating what you're getting. And you don't even have to try, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to prove anything to anyone. It is a kind of love that just comes to you. Then you notice the earth at the base of your trunk is filled with nutrients, and these nutrients are sinking down from the grass. They're sinking down to that first layer of roots of yours, and you're getting food and nourishment, and you're not even having to do anything. You're just noticing that Mother Earth is feeding you all these delightful nutrients. There's mushrooms and other fungi around that have made a network to bring you exactly what you need when you need it. And you don't even know how it's happening, but you notice it and you're grateful for it. This food is just coming out of the earth for you. And it's just a natural thing. The more you appreciate it, the more that it comes to you. Then you feel the sun on your leaves, the warmth from the sky just coming down at you and just warming you from above. It's really matching that warmth that comes from below, from the earth's molten core. You've got the molten sun above you, just bringing all that glorious light and heat that just sets off all those chlorophyll producing things that leaves do. And it is just such a joyful experience. If you enjoy going out in the sun, you can probably feel that sun on you and how you feel more alive. I know I do. Out in the sun, getting that first tingle of warmth flowing through you, it's just such a fantastic feeling. And to really tune into that the sun is just giving you this love. Whether you notice it or not, plenty of people wander around with the sun on their faces or the sun on their skin, and they don't notice or appreciate it. But the sun is really loving on you. The sun is life-giving energy. And this isn't just a metaphor. This is sort of in reality. We need the sunshine to make vitamin D that keeps us going. I'm not going to go into that science, but the sun in the right doses is just so beneficial. And it's just there. It's free for everyone. They haven't found out how to charge us for the sunshine yet. So it's love beaming down to you from above, and it's there for the taking. And if you can absorb that with gratitude, your leaves are only going to just get glossier and more abundant. This tree is just going to explode with greenery. And then you lost my crystal. Then you get the rain coming down, because there are 4 seasons, right? So there's a season of sunshine, there's a season of rain, and the rain waters you. It gives you drink. It just nourishes you in a different way. Again, it comes down. Sometimes it doesn't feel nice, but it serves a purpose, and you're getting love just by being the tree. You're getting the sun, you're getting the nourishment, you're getting the watering from above. You don't even have to do anything to deserve this. Every tree deserves this love from the universe. You are that tree, remember. So you just by fucking breathing, you are receiving love, and all you have to do is realize it. The wind as well. The wind has been proven to help a tree grow strong. I think in the biosphere, they planted trees that grew to a certain age and height and just fell over because there was no wind in the biosphere. The wind helps the tree by challenging it. It's like your personal trainer. Again, it might come on pretty strong at times and really test you in your life, but as a tree in the wind, it helps your roots and your determination to stay put. It's like pumping iron. And so, that's the 4 elements of life, really, the earth, air, the water, and the fire. That's the 4 elements, and you're the tree, and all you have to do is receive this love. And think about what happens when you do. This is a cycle they showed me. It's not exactly realistic, let's call it magical fantasy magical realism. So you see, first of all, the leaves are glossy and abundant. Then you get the flowers, and the flowers are blooming abundantly, and you can visualize these in any color you like. Each time you do this visualization, there could be a different color. They could be a mix of colors. It could be rainbow colors. It could be fantastical, sparkly flowers, the likes of which don't exist in nature. I love glitter, as you can probably tell. So my flowers are quite glittery today. And of course, when you get the flowers, you get the bees, and the bees buzzing around happily, creating honey, which is creating abundance for people. And when you get this much life in a tree, you get couples picnicking under it. You get children playing in your branches. You get squirrels roosting, or whatever squirrels do, hoarding their nuts. You get cats climbing on your branches to sunbathe or sleep. You get birds nesting and tweeting, and it's just, the ecosystem of a tree is just such joy in and of itself. So just imagine yourself there. You're bringing all this joy to people just by fucking being, just by being yourself, by being your tree, and just by being so grateful for all this nourishment you're getting. The gratitude you're exuding fuels this growth, and it's there for everyone to enjoy. You're just budding flowers like a motherfucker, and everyone's enjoying it. It's not costing you anything, because there's always more where that came from. People are picking the flowers, the bees are enjoying the flowers. People are making garlands out of the flowers and decorating their hair and feeling magnificent. Kids are carving their initials in love hearts into your bark, which tickles. It's not a bad thing. And then for decades later, they come back and see those initials, and they remember how you touched their lives. So this is quite a magical, mystical, gorgeous experience, that all you have to do is be you, and have gratitude for what you're receiving, and the abundance flowing out just trickles onto everybody else. So then once you've got the flowers and you've got all those beautiful colors, and they're just an abundance of blooms, dropping petals all over the ground, making a beautiful magical carpet. You can even put pixies and elves into your tree. They're probably very happy making a home in your beautiful tree, along with the birds, the squirrels, the cats and the dogs, maybe cocking a leg on your trunk to give you a little bit of extra fertilizer. But after the flowers comes the fruit, and the fruit is just so abundant. You could have any kind of fruit growing on this tree that you want. It could be, and it could change each time you do this visualization, but the fruit is abundant, it's juicy, there's so much of it, it just ripens, it falls to the ground, the birds enjoy it, the humans enjoy it, kids enjoy it. It brings so much joy and nourishment to people, and you're not doing anything particularly difficult. You're just doing what you're supposed to do. This is all just instinctive, just by receiving and with the gratitude. This all just happens naturally. And the next thing they showed me after the fruit was actually gemstones, all kinds of precious gemstones and crystals and semi-precious gems growing from your trees like fruit. And there's just an abundance of them. They catch the sunlight, they sparkle, they're dazzling. The fairies love it, and the children love it. Everybody loves it. This tree, you have so much sparkle and radiance. You've got riches dripping off you, that people are just drawn to you. They flock to you. They feel good around you. And if they're picking up crystals and picking up gemstones, gems of wisdom that you are dropping, or just gems of kindness that you are dropping, they go away feeling richer. And you can also then evolve into seeing $100 notes growing all over your tree. They just sprout out of nowhere, just because you're in such a flow state of receiving this love, doing what you do, just existing and giving just gratitude. It's just a never-ending cycle of abundance, love and joy. The money sprinkles down on people. People are happily gathering it up. They're throwing it at each other because there's just so much of it about. And again, it's costing you nothing. You are just creating it and enjoying it, enjoying watching it all unfold. And that's because of the gratitude that you've had for all the things that nature is trying to give you, that nature just does give you, whether you notice it or not. So when there's a storm in your life, you could interpret that as a threat. And obviously we're all very shaken by things from time to time. But it is a storm that will pass, and it is in some way designed to strengthen you. So that's one thing to hold on to when the storms roll through. But just today, I got a fascinating postscript to this visualization exercise, and that was to imagine a tree that had the same position and advantages as your tree, but that tree feels the sun on its leaves and goes, oh no, maybe the sun won't come out tomorrow. Oh, maybe the sun will burn me. Oh, what if this, that and the other, too much sun, not enough sun. The fear sets in, the clenching, the sort of, I've got to grab the sun and I've got to hold on to it. It sort of becomes a stingy tree, if you like, and it stunts its own growth. It's not saying thank you, sun, for all the from all the goodness shining down on me. It's anxiously clutching and holding on to it, and being a miser on it, and its roots aren't expanding out and growing, so it's not as stable. It's not getting as many nutrients from the earth, and the earth's trying to feed it, but it's not creating the network of roots to be able to take up the nutrients that are there for the taking. If only that little tree would sort of be grateful and have some trust that the sun will come out tomorrow, that there will always be rain. There may be dry spells, but just trust and allow the flow and be grateful for this flow. Because what happens when this little tree is worried about all its resources? It's not going to feel like it can cope on its own. And what's it going to do? It's going to join forces with another tree that has the same mindset. And their roots are going to touch under the ground, and they're going to go, oh, here's someone who can help me. And they can grow together for stability. But because they're joined together with the same mindset, they fuel each other's lack wound. And this is a codependent relationship. They now rely on each other for life, because they don't believe they can go it alone. And they're very worried about who's taken from whose turn it is, who got more of the last rain. And they're kind of stealing from each other in a way. It's just back and forth, these two trees that instead of growing outwards and expanding and giving their gifts, they're so worried about conserving everything and holding it close, and they believe they're growing together. But they're just stunting themselves. And they're not even as much as one whole tree. They're like two trees that are 1/3 of the size they should be. They're 2/3 of one tree, shall we say. And the limiting beliefs and the lack of gratitude is really all that separates them. That this belief that they can't manage alone, that there's scarcity and lack, is really, it's sad, and it's not the way it needs to be. So that was a really powerful illustrator for me today of what a codependent relationship is, compared to a healthy individual relationship where you are feeling strong in yourself and abundant in yourself. Because guess what happens when you're that abundant tree? You feel a little pinky of another tree's root snaking towards you and sort of tapping you on a root, saying, hi, how are you? And you link pinkies with this tree because it gives you a good feeling. And you look across and you see that there's a tree 10 feet away from you, because we've got trees all have this network that connects them through many miles of sharing nutrients and sharing information, partly through a fungus network apparently. So there's this tree, it's just like you, it's abundant, people love it, it's just being a tree as well. It's very happy in itself, it's giving, it's loving, it's abundant, and so are you. And you look at each other and go, oh, where have you come from? And that little pinky of these roots touching each other slowly becomes this beautiful network of roots that entwine, but with plenty of space to grow. So you're growing separately, but underneath it all, you're actually rooted together in a way that expands you both. You're growing outwards and forming a circle around you of roots that is far bigger than any one tree or even two trees. There's a synergy there that just explodes the growth. And this abundance just triples, quadruples, but by the power of the two of you. And you have this joy of true love between two beautiful, abundant trees who don't take things from each other. They support each other. They're there for each other. They share everything, but there's no grasping. There's no back and forth. There is the trust that everything is in balance and in harmony, and things will even out. And whether somebody comes along and separates you through, I don't know what, maybe the orchardist wants to replant one of you somewhere. If something bad happens like that and you are separated, there's the pain of separation at your roots, but also the idea that you can continue to grow separately, and not be compromised in any way. You still have your core strength, your core belief in the goodness of the universe and all the abundance that is coming at you. So that, I hope that is as powerful for you as it was for me in illuminating abundance, love and joy, the spirit of that. Codependency, the difference between the trees that just form quite tight roots that strangle each other in a way and limit each other into a ball. The roots just, they don't spread out, and they give you less stability because they're just concentrated into a narrow area. And the final message I got, just as a postscript to all of this, there was one more thing. There are two things that go on with this. So the first thing is, take yourself out for a walk in nature, and every flower, imagine that flower is beaming love at you. Every bird, every weed, everything, every structure. I'm going to do a bigger visualization on this, but if you imagine that everything in this world exists to beam love at you, just by you looking at it and by saying thank you, you will be amazed at how filled up you feel just by accepting the love that is all around you. The sun, the breeze, just everything exists to make you feel loved, and all you have to do is open up and accept it. Just say thank you to every flower, tree, bird, weed, sparrow. Just be grateful for it all, even the ugly things in life. Just say thank you. I see you and I'm grateful for you. Thank you for showing yourself to me. It is amazing. It's amazing how that fills you up just by taking a walk and observing and having gratitude for all the things around you in your world. Now there's one other visualization relating to the tree that is super helpful whenever you're feeling depressed, whenever you're feeling sad, if you're really feeling vulnerable. It happens, of course. It's good to feel these emotions. It helps release them. Any crying you do, any feelings that bubble up, honor them, because then they can move through. But one thing I found, which is really helpful for me, is to know that I have a safe place to go to in my mind where I can heal from these feelings. And that is actually my tree. So if you're feeling down, don't try and do the full tree exercise. Just know that the tree's there, because you probably don't have the energy to sort of tap into all that abundance and joy, and you want to honor your feelings, and you want comfort. So go right up to your tree, and you can hug its trunk if you like, and you can feel the love emanating from the tree. You will magically find yourself inside the tree, and this is like you are literally inside the tree, and it's cozy, it feels safe and secure. You are being held in the embrace of of your tree, of you, and it's sort of like a cave. It's a hibernation sort of cave. So it might be where small fluffy creatures come to sleep for the winter. So it's decorated in whatever way you like. It can be different each time depending on your mood. It could be like a lovely soft bird's nest filled with feathers. It could be sort of velvet upholstery with bougie cushions. It could be whatever you like, whatever makes you feel comfortable in the moment. Lots of lovely fluffy throws. Whatever it is, you can cocoon yourself up in this beautiful nest. You can curl up in a fetal position inside your tree, and you can just lie there feeling nurtured and feeling protected until you feel strong enough to get up and imagine yourself back outside of the tree. It will hold you there for as long as you need it. And I have found that to be just such a peaceful and restorative feeling, to be held inside your tree for as long as you need to be. So this has been a bit epic. It's been a bit long. It's been a bit rambling. I hope you've enjoyed it. Do you like my glitter ball? It's by New Zealand artist Ruben Patterson. He's very, very talented. I've actually got, I don't know if you can see it, picture behind me, maybe not, because I love glitter. Anyway, this is just absolutely mesmerizing. I spend hours just unfocusing my eyes and just watching the golden swirls because it brings me so much joy. So find things that bring you joy, and be the tree, because abundance, love and joy is yours for the taking if you just look around. Appreciate all the love the universe is giving you, say thank you, and just be you, because you'll be loved for being you. You are loved just for being you, and if you're the only one that sees that, that's all you need. You can be an abundant tree in a field on your own, and you can be just receiving and giving for the joy of it. It doesn't matter if there's no one around to see how brilliant you are. The crowds will come. So I hope that helps, my darlings. This is Sarah, wishing you much abundance, love and joy.